A key piece of legislation governing interstate migrants in India is the Interstate Migrant Workmen Regulation of Employment and Conditions of Service Act 1979. Fundamental rights. The fundamental rights of the Indian Constitution provide the basis for many social security benefits. The Part 3 of the Constitution of India, comprising of Article 12 to Article 35, deals with provisions pertaining to fundamental rights. Right to life, Article 21, includes all the rights that are essential to maintain human life in a civilized society, such as food, clothes, house, medicine, and education. Right to work means the citizen's right on his society to have work according to his ability and skill, with suitable minimum wages that enable him to maintain his life in a civilized society. Directive Principles of State Policy, Article 38. It is a mandate to the state to secure a social order for the promotion of welfare of the people. Article 38, 1. It directs the state to promote the welfare of the people by securing and protecting efficiently a social order in which social, economic, and political justice exists in all institutions of national life. 44th Amendment. The 44th Amendment added Clause 2 to Article 38. This clause directs the state to minimize the irregularities in income and to eliminate inequalities in status, facilities, and opportunities amongst individuals and also groups of people residing in different areas or engaged in different employments in India. Article 39. Article 39 lays down certain specific objectives. It lays down the norms for an equal operation of economic and social systems of the country, securing adequate means of livelihood for citizens, preventing the for the good, ensuring concentration of economic power in a few hands, and are the guiding principles. Health and strength of workers from abuse are some of the objectives of the article. Securing the right to work, education, and public assistance in case of unemployment, ensuring of equal pay for equal work and protection. Old age, sickness, and disablement, and in other cases of undeserved want are significant measures of social security. Article 41. The state shall make effective provisions for securing the right to work, to education, and to public assistance in cases of unemployment, old age, sickness, and disablement, and in other cases of undeserved want. Article 42. The state shall make provision for securing just and humane conditions of work and for maternity relief. Article 43. Living wage for workers. The state shall endeavor to secure to all workers, agricultural, industrial, or otherwise, work, a living wage, conditions of work ensuring a decent standard of life and full enjoyment of leisure and social and cultural opportunities, and in particular, the state shall promote cottage industries on an operative basis in rural areas. Individual or Article 43 refers to a living wage and not minimum wage. The concept of living wage includes, in addition to the bare necessities of life, such as food, shelter, and clothing, provisions for the education of children and insurance, etc. Article 43A. The state shall take steps to secure the participation of workers in the management of undertakings, establishments, or other organizations engaged in any industry. In spite of the existence of the above provisions in Directive Principles of State Policy, the social security schemes in India cover only a small segment of the organized workforce, namely the workers who are in direct employer-employee relationship within an organization. IV. Concurrent list. Social security and labor welfare falls under the concurrent list of the Constitution. It means both union and state government can make laws in the concurrent list. This shows that by giving the power of making laws to both the central and state governments in areas of social security, the Indian Constitution has given more emphasis to social security. An act to provide for the social security and welfare of unorganized workers and for other matters connected therewith or incidental thereto. The objects of the Act out of total employment, unorganized sector constitute more than 95%. These workers are not getting Social Security X, handloom weavers, construction workers, fishermen, BD workers. Non-coal mine workers, the government and non-governmental organization are trying to provide social security to these workers. Despite all these efforts, there is a huge deficit in the coverage of the unorganized sector in the matter of labor protection social security measures ensuring the welfare and well-being of workers in the unorganized sector, such as agricultural workers, construction workers, BD workers, handloom workers, leather workers. Act the 2007 The Unorganized Workers Social Security Bill aims to provide for social security and welfare of the unorganized sector workers and for the matters connected with the CG shall constitute a National Social Security Advisory Board to recommend suitable welfare schemes for different sections of unorganized sector workers. The CG may suitable welfare schemes relating to the life and disabilities cover, health and maternity benefits, old age protection, or any other benefits. The state government shall constitute the State Social Security Advisory Board to recommend suitable welfare schemes for different sections of unorganized workers in that state government may notify suitable schemes. A worker of an unorganized sector shall be eligible for social security benefits if he is duly registered. Every registered worker in the unorganized sector shall be issued an identity card which shall be a smart card carrying a unique identification number and shall be portable. Sec 3 Framing of scheme. The CG shall formulate and notify from time to time suitable welfare schemes for unorganized workers on matters relating to life and disabilities cover, health and maternity benefits, old age protection, any other benefit as may be determined by the CG. The state government may formulate and notify from time to time suitable welfare schemes for unorganized workers, including schemes relating to 1. Provident Fund, employment, injury benefit, housing, educational schemes for children, skill upgradation of workers, funeral assistance and old age homes. Sec 4. Funding of CG schemes. The CG and state government and contributed by beneficiaries. Sec 5. National Social Security Boards. The CG through notification constitute the board. Union Labor and Employment Minister would be the chairperson ex officio. 1. Recommend to the CG for suitable scheme for different sections of unorganized workers. Advise the CG for administration this matters. Monitor such social welfare schemes for unorganized workers. Review the progress of registration and issue of identity cards to the unorganized workers. Review the record-keeping functions performed at the state level. Review the expenditure from the funds under various schemes. Undertakes such other functions as are assigned to it by the CG from time to time. Sec 6. State Social Security Board for unorganized workers. State government shall through notification constitute Social Security Board. Minister of Labor and Employment of the concerned would be chairperson. 1. Functions of State Board. Recommended the state government in formulating suitable schemes for different sections. Advise the state government on labor matters. Monitor social schemes. Review the record-keeping functions performed at the district level. Review the progress of registration and issue of cards to unorganized sector workers. Review the expenditure. Sec 7. Funding of state government schemes. Wholly funded by the state government or partly funded by state and employers and employee contribution. And CG may provide financial assistance for these schemes. Sec 8. Record keeping by district administration. The district panchayat in rural areas, the urban local bodies in urban areas. Sec 9. Workers Facilitation Center. The government may set up such workers facilitation centers as may be considered necessary from time to time to perform the following functions, namely disseminate information on available social security schemes for the unorganized workers, facilitate the filling, processing and forwarding of application forms for registration of unorganized workers, assist unorganized worker to obtain registration from the district administration, facilitate the enrollment of the registered unorganized workers in social security scheme. Sec 10. Eligibility for registration and social security benefits. Every unorganized worker shall be eligible for registration subject to the fulfillment of the following conditions. He or she shall have completed 14 years of age.